Yeah, duh. It's my game.
Game. This is serious. You quit scratching your ass, bub, and get into the fight.
He said ass bub.
Sorry, Wade, but this is definitely going to be Logan's game through and through. But regardless, welcome back, true believers and all you merry Marvelites out there, to another very interesting and extremely long overdue video pertaining to the upcoming Marvel's Wolverine game. And yeah, to fully remind all you people out there who might still be a bit upset that another Marvel game with that of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 was recently confirmed by Insomniac themselves that the game will not be receiving any type of post-launch story DLC of any kind, besides the obvious fact that Insomniac themselves never officially confirmed that Marvel's Spider-Man 2 was going to receive any type of story DLC in the first place. They've clearly also been simultaneously working on their other upcoming AAA project with that of Wolverine. And while I know that there are some pretty diehard Spider-Man fans out there who would easily sacrifice Marvel's Wolverine in order to make sure that Marvel's Spider-Man 2 would be jam-packed with even more story content, Insomniac Games have already previously confirmed several times that they are now currently full hands on deck with making sure that Marvel's Wolverine will receive the best gaming experience that they can possibly make. As well as Insomniac's previous Marvel track record with all their incredible Spider-Man games, I for one am very much looking forward to see what exactly Insomniac is cooking when it does come to Wolverine. And if we're lucky, we may potentially be hearing and seeing more from Marvel's Wolverine sooner rather than later. So if you're excited for the future of Insomniac games with Marvel's Wolverine, then definitely be sure to thwip that like button and subscribe to the channel for even more Marvel Games videos like this down the line. So to dive right into the thick of things is that this news was recently reported by InsiderGaming.com, whereas they went on to report in a brand new article is that Insomniac Games is gearing up to show more from Marvel's Wolverine. Now, even though we have received minor news updates for Marvel's Wolverine speckled here and there throughout several years, the last time that we actually saw anything official from the game was all the way back in September 2021 for its initial reveal trailer. And of course, to fully address the gigantic elephant in the room is that we are still heavily feeling and seeing the massive repercussions that have taken place from the utterly despicable hacking attack that Insomniac Games experienced late last year, which unfortunately did end up releasing a lot of unfinished gameplay footage of Marvel's Wolverine in action. And to put things short and sweet is that anyone who is judging that early leaked gameplay footage of Marvel's Wolverine as the finished product of the entire game is an absolute moron. And ever since the game's original reveal all the way back in 2021, we've all been patiently waiting to see how exactly Marvel's Wolverine will look and play by the time we see it running fully developed on the PS5. And as it was revealed in this article, is that that time might be fast approaching. Whereas the article goes on to state is that we could be getting a new look at Marvel's Wolverine from Insomniac before the end of the year. According to a claim by known insider Filarca, Sony and Insomniac are gearing up to show fans more from Wolverine soon. And as Filarca goes on to state himself, is that from my little digging, it looks like Sony is gearing up to show off some new stuff from Marvel's Wolverine. It's hard for me to determine when it'll happen, but I'm guessing it'll be this year, either at the Game Awards or some unannounced super secret event. Now, I do want to make one thing clear right off the bat, is that Filarca is not Jeff Grubb. Whereas every time that we do receive some industry news from that of Jeff Grubb, it's almost always 100% correct, considering that Jeff himself is an extremely reliable gaming industry insider. But for the case of Filarca, I'm not sure just how reliable he is in comparison to that of Jeff, although he has gotten some things accurate in the past, so definitely make sure to take everything he's saying with a grain of salt. But looking at the bigger picture at hand when it does come to Insomniac and even Marvel Games, I could definitely see all this being a possibility. With the recent announcement of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 officially confirmed to not be receiving any type of story DLC of any kind, all eyes from all the diehard Insomniac and Marvel fans are obviously looking at their next project with that of Marvel's Wolverine, especially considering that we just got a brand new Marvel Games presentation from New York Comic-Con, and out of all the other Marvel games that they could have possibly shown there, the only game that we got official news news from during that event was of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 getting a PC port and no story DLC. And considering that both Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and Marvel's Wolverine are first-party PlayStation games, those were the titles that were least likely to appear during a main third-party Marvel games panel. Which is pretty much my fancy way of saying that absolutely anything could happen to all these Marvel games at this point. But for the case of Marvel's Wolverine in particular, we do have quite a lot of other news that is surrounding the PlayStation brand and Insomniac as a whole. Considering that we do know that next month in November, we are going to receive the official launch of the PlayStation 5 Pro. And by the time that we end up seeing more of Marvel's Wolverine in action, I would at the very least think that we would end up seeing gameplay footage of Marvel's Wolverine running on the latest PlayStation hardware with the PS5 Pro, which would not only further incentivize people to want to buy the PS5 Pro, but also show what exact type of upgrades the PS5 Pro might offer to a game like Wolverine. But the core element that I find the most interesting given all this news is that PlayStation themselves will be officially celebrating their 30-year anniversary in December of this year. And on top of what the article already described is that we could see some type of reveal for Marvel's Wolverine during the Game Awards, mainly given that PlayStation always seems to be in attendance for that show. We may also end up seeing a separate type of PlayStation showcase-like event, which could happen either before or after the Game Awards takes place. This would be a great way to showcase a bunch of other titles that PlayStation has within their production pipeline, as well as fully celebrate their 30-year anniversary with a bang. Basically, everyone over at Insomniac, Marvel, and PlayStation pretty much have a multitude of options to fully reveal more gameplay of Wolverine however they decide to do so. Whether or not that ends up being something more formal like that of the Game Awards, or possibly hold their own individual event with that of a PlayStation showcase. Either way, I definitely think that we're long overdue to see more from Marvel's Wolverine. And given that this year of 2024 is slowly coming to an end, capping off this year with finally seeing some official gameplay of Marvel's Wolverine would certainly satisfy the majority of PlayStation and Marvel games fans. But we're just gonna have to wait and see as to what exactly Insomniac is cooking. And with all that said, everybody, that's the video I have for all you today, and please let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. What do you think about this Marvel's Wolverine news, and out of everything that you would want to see from this game, what main aspect about the gameplay would you want to see Wolverine focus on the most? Whether that be combat, traversal, exploration, or anything else. Let me know what you think, be sure to leave a like on the video, and subscribe to the channel if you did enjoy, and for more Marvel's Wolverine videos like this in the future. Thank you all so much for watching, stay merry Marvelites, and until next time, peace out.